Hello and welcome to today's news. Number 1. Beijing releases white paper for Web3 innovation and development. Beijing, the capital city of China, has released a white paper aimed at promoting innovation and development of the Web3 industry. The document, titled Web3 Innovation and Development White Paper, 2023, highlights Web3 technology as the inevitable trend for future internet industry development. The paper was unveiled by the Beijing Municipal Science and Technology Commission, also known as the Administrative Commission of Zhongguancun Science Park, at the Zhongguancun Forum. The commission aims to make Beijing a global innovation hub for the digital economy. To achieve this, the city's Chaoyang district plans to spend at least 100 million yuan, around $14 million, every year until 2025. The money will be used to strengthen policy support, accelerate technological breakthroughs, and promote the Web3 industry. Zhongguancun is often regarded as China's Silicon Valley. The timing of the white paper's release is interesting, according to Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao. He noted that Hong Kong's crypto rules are set to take effect on June 1st. Hong Kong's Securities and Futures Commission released a new rulebook for the crypto industry last week, stating that retail investors can begin trading crypto from June 1st. A new licensing regime for crypto platforms will also begin on that date. While Hong Kong is attempting to attract crypto firms in the region, the US is cracking down on the crypto industry, and China prohibited the use of cryptocurrencies in 2021. However, with the release of the Web3 white paper, it appears that China is opening up to the industry in some form. Earlier this week, state broadcaster China Central Television, CCTV, aired a segment on cryptocurrencies that featured the Bitcoin logo. Binance's Zhao called it a big deal, as historically, coverage like this has led to bull runs. The segment showcased what appeared to be a Bitcoin ATM in Hong Kong, with a large blue Bitcoin logo and the option to buy Bitcoins visible. NFTs were also highlighted, but the segment has since been taken down. Number 2. Federal Reserve acknowledges growing significance of cryptocurrencies, including Ripple's XRP. XRP has been recognized by the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta in its recent report on crypto assets. The report discusses the emergence and potential of Web3 and specifically notes how Ripple uses XRP to meet its cross-border settlement requirements. Despite ongoing legal battles between Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, XRP has seen a surge in adoption. The SEC has accused Ripple of selling unregistered securities, dating back over 2 years. The Hinman documents have been a critical contention in the legal fight, and now, after 6 court orders, they have been handed over to Ripple. In recent discussions, Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, stated that the court case between Ripple and the SEC could reach a conclusion in a matter of weeks, which could have significant implications for Ripple's future operations and the regulatory landscape surrounding digital assets. Number 3. Russia to use crypto exchanges for cross-border transactions. Russia may be considering using cryptocurrency exchanges to facilitate cross-border transactions, according to local media publication Izvestia. Russian authorities had previously planned to establish a state-run cryptocurrency exchange but are now believed to favor a framework that would support crypto exchanges instead. State Duma Committee on Financial Markets leader Anatoly Aksakov says Russia is now seeking to establish a framework that would see rules for using crypto exchanges for cross-border settlements put in place. The Ministry of Finance approves of the plans, which replace the idea of launching a single national digital assets exchange. Number 4. China will dominate global digital finance, warns Coinbase CEO. The CEO of leading cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has spoken out about the growing dominance of China in the crypto and fintech sector, as America continues to strangle the industry. By enforcing restrictive policies, the US is inadvertently driving crypto innovation offshore. Armstrong believes that US regulators are missing the forest for the trees in treating crypto as a speculative asset rather than a financial technology foundation, causing America to fall behind in the global race to set the pace for crypto innovation. The Coinbase CEO also pointed out that China is promoting its digital platforms Alipay and Tencent globally through its Belt and Road initiatives. China aims to directly challenge the US dollar and its role in global commerce. While China poses the biggest threat, other countries are racing ahead with the rollout of crypto regulations, including the UK, United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Japan, the European Union, Australia, and Singapore. Failing to see that crypto is about much more than individual transactions risks America's time-honored role as the global financial leader and an innovation hub. Armstrong also highlighted that the majority of Americans feel that the current financial system doesn't serve their interests, with surveys suggesting that 70% believe the children will be worse off if nothing changes. Coinbase itself was threatened with legal action by the SEC in March, and Armstrong has requested clarity on regulations and dialogue with the regulator, which continues to put up walls and deny its appeals. If we fall short today, the next generation of Americans will pay the price. We need to act fast to stay ahead in the global race for crypto innovation. Number 5. JP Morgan. Gold prices signal Bitcoin should be at $45,000. Currently trading at $26,512, Bitcoin is nearly 70% lower than the proposed level of $45,000 according to JP Morgan analysts. However, the idea that both assets serve as stores of value might not convince everyone, as gold has been playing that role for centuries, while Bitcoin has only been around for 14 years. Some institutional investors have stuck with gold as the go-to safe haven asset, while Bitcoin has been more attractive to retail investors. JP Morgan strategists also reflect on another significant factor that could potentially drive the price of Bitcoin in the future, and that is the halving event. The Bitcoin halving occurs approximately every 4 years, reducing the rate at which new Bitcoins are created by half. This event leads to a decreased supply of new coins entering the market, potentially impacting its price. In the analyst's opinion, the next halving event, which is expected to take place next April or May, would double the cost of mining 1 BTC to around $40,000. However, the bank strategists were not bullish on Bitcoin's price in the short term, citing the ongoing regulatory backlash against digital assets. The headwinds from the US regulatory crackdown, the unsettling of banking networks for the crypto ecosystem, and the reverberations from last year's FTX collapse are likely to constrain any potential upside. Lastly, let's take a look at some numbers. At the time of writing, Bitcoin's price stands at $26,514, up around 1% in the past 24 hours. Though it has dropped 6.6% over the past month, investors are still encouraged since its year-to-date gains remain strong, at 60%. Marking a significant recovery after the 2022 price crash. Number 6. Crypto firm Gemini picks Ireland as European base amid US crypto blues. Cameron Winklevoss, co-founder of crypto exchange Gemini, has predicted a boost in European innovation once regulations are rolled out. The exchange has selected Dublin as its European headquarters due to the country's robust regulatory system, talented tech pool, and established technology community. This move comes as other crypto firms seek expansion outside of the United States amidst increasing regulatory pressure in what some observers have dubbed a war on crypto. Despite these challenges, Gemini still maintains offices in New York under the Gemini Trust Company LLC. The Irish government announced that the selection of Gemini would be significant for Ireland as the government focuses on innovation as a driver of growth. According to research from August 2022, around 10% of Irish adults surveyed held cryptocurrency, down from 12% during the 2021 bull market. Nonetheless, Gemini joins other crypto firms such as Binance and Kraken in setting up operations in the country. Gemini has already received a virtual asset service provider license from the Central Bank of Ireland. The firm plans to increase its headcount following the EU adoption of the new Markets in Crypto Assets Regulations, MiCA, which were approved in May 2022. The Winklevoss twins predict that MiCA will lead to a Cambrian explosion of innovation in Europe. This isn't the first overseas move for the firm, as they announced plans in April to establish an engineering hub in India. Number 7. Robinhood moves 8% of Dogecoin, $Doge, supply to new mysterious wallet. Robinhood has moved around 8% of the supply of Dogecoin, $Doge, to a new mysterious wallet, according to data from the blockchain. The commission-free trading platform's holdings of the meme-inspired cryptocurrency have long been a topic of interest in the crypto community, and the recent development means that Robinhood's supply of Doge has plunged from around 24% to 16%. Dogecoin enthusiasts on Twitter have been tracking movements of the new wallet, which is now in the top 20, and speculating that it could belong to Robinhood or another party. The reason for the move remains unknown. Dogecoin's value has fluctuated wildly over the years, but it has recently gained more serious attention from investors and major companies, including Robinhood. It has also seen its daily transaction volume surge to a new all-time high, surpassing even that of Bitcoin and Litecoin. Users are reportedly looking to mint DRC20 tokens on top of the network. Earlier this month, A mysterious Doge whale transferred over 13 million tokens of the meme-inspired cryptocurrency in a series of transactions that came shortly after Elon Musk announced his intention to install a new CEO for Twitter. Notable movements have been occurring on the Dogecoin blockchain over the last few weeks, including the re-emergence of an inactive Doge address with 1.5 million tokens after remaining dormant for 9.3 years. Long-term investors now hold tens of billions of tokens of the cryptocurrency. And that's our news for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.